Hello my dear viewers, welcome back to Ruhoni Sewing. Welcome back to a second tutorial on pattern making, and this time we are going to draft a V-neckline spaghetti strap dress. I have linked a previous video on how to draft a square neckline spaghetti strap dress in the description box below. So without further delays, please let us start. As usual, we are going to start with the materials needed. Here we have our pencil, straight ruler, curved ruler, tape measure. Also we have basic patterns for the front as well as for the back. And also we have a pattern paper. So, like I've mentioned before, we are going to make a V neckline spaghetti strap dress. And for this tutorial, we need this one measurement, the whole length of our dress, which is 51 inches. Okay, so this is how our front part is going to be, and this is our back. As you can see, this is the one piece dress, okay? So as usual, we are going to start with our front pattern. We are going to start with the position of our strap, and I want it to be towards the shoulder and not at the center of the shoulder, okay? So I'm going to measure from the shoulder 2 inches towards the neckline and then put a mark. Then connect this point to that line here of the dart, okay? Draw a straight line as shown. Remember, this is a slightly curved line. It is not a straight line, okay? So after that, we are going to measure 5.5 inches from the shoulder down to this line and put a mark. This mark is where our strap, this strap is going to start from this point. Then on the side seam, measure 0.5 inches downwards from the original arm side. Then with the aid of your ruler, connect these 2 points with a straight line. Okay, so our line is 17 centimeters, but remember from my previous video I said it can either be a 16 to 18 centimeters, but it depends on the size of the person or the style of the dress. Now let us concentrate on the neck depth. This is our center front, okay? And this is our original neckline. Now we are starting from there. Measure 5 inches going down. Again, in my personal preference, I do not like to have a very deep neckline, but if you wish, you can draw a deeper neckline. Okay, so next we are going to now to connect these 2 points, okay, with a straight line like this. Again, before we forget, let us also measure the length of our strap. Remember, it was 5.5 inches. So remember, even though we said this is a V neckline, but it is not a straight line, okay? So take your curved ruler and draw a slightly curved neckline. And so that is our new line. Also do the same for our arm side. It is not a straight line, so draw a slightly curved line. So our next step is to close the side dart in order to open our waist dart. So remember from our previous video, we draw the dart legs up to the dart to the bust point as shown here. Then cut one leg of the dart. And in order now to close that dart, we must also cut the waist dart up to the bust point and not through it. Now close the side dart as shown. Again, just like we did with in our previous video, we are going now to reduce the amount of gap from the arm side, and so we are going to create a very small dart. As you can see, we've drawn a line from the bust point to our arm side. Now make a dart of 1/4 inch. Draw the dart legs. Extend your dart legs so that you can be able to cut the dart. So after cutting one leg, now close the dart, follow the steps as we did with the side dart. Okay, and now redraw your arm side. Now let us finish our front pattern. As you can see, I've attached it to this pattern paper, okay, so that we finish the side seam as well as the hem. Make sure your front pattern paper aligns well with the pattern paper, as you can see here, or sometimes you can even draw a line so that to make sure it is aligned well. Now from this new arm side here, draw a straight line up to the hem. So for this dress, I do not want to add any more centimeters here at the hem, okay? So this will be our side seam line. And now let us take care of the hem, okay? We need to draw a line here. Okay, so let us now draw a line. This will be slightly curved, okay? So this line is curved here, but toward the center front, it is a straight line. So here is our pattern, okay? Here is our arm side up to here, and then here we have our neckline, and on this center fold we are going to have a fold. When we are cutting our fabric, it will be on the fold. And for this tutorial, I'm going to end up only at that point there, okay, at this hemline. Okay, so this pattern is for a short dress. If you are making a maxi dress, you can use again this pattern and extrapolate from that hem on your fabric, okay? I have one thing to remind you. Here at the end of the hem, here at the corner, okay, we want to make a slightly curved line because we do not want to have a sharp corner, okay? So you can either measure here 3/4 of a centimeter or 1 centimeter, put a mark. Okay, so take a ruler and make a slightly curved line, as you can see here, okay? And there is your hemline. Our front pattern from the neckline to the hem. Now let us take care of the back pattern. So as we did with our front, we are going to measure 2 inches from the shoulder, and then we are going to connect that point to a line from the dart with a straight line. And just a reminder, remember this line is curved and not straight. Next, we are going to measure our back neckline, okay, just above the bust neckline. Remember, most of the time our bra are slightly below the bust line. So now measure 1 inch upwards from the bust from the bust line. Put the marks and then take your ruler and connect these 2 points with a straight line. Okay, so here, just to remind you from our drawings, I want my back neckline to be straight. Now for our strap, it is going to start from here, okay? So now let us measure from that point, and we got 8. Measure 0.5 inches below the original arm side. Then with your ruler, connect this point to the one from where your strap is going to start. So if you wish, your strap can start from here up to your back neckline, or even at the shoulder to your back neckline. So here we are redrawing our arm side, okay? So we are just going to use the straight line. We use this curved line. So for clarity, I've drawn with a red pen to show you our arm side and neckline. So I hope you see the line that I've drawn from here, here, and there. So we are going to cut up to that line, okay? Now let us cut this red line. You first cut the neckline and then you are going to cut the arm side. So after that, I've attached my pattern into a pattern paper so that I can be able to spread my pattern. So spread your pattern according to your preference, and then after that, now secure these patterns with a pin or a tape. Then redraw the side seam line from this point up to the hem. Similarly, with your curved ruler, redraw the hem line, just like I do here. Remember to get rid of the sharp corner at the hemline. Measure 1/4 centimeter to 1 centimeter and then redraw the hemline. So after that, our pattern is ready. Now let us cut. Okay, so here is our back pattern. Okay, so we are done with our tutorial. Here we have our front pattern from the neckline up to the hem, and here is our back pattern also from our arm side and neckline up to the hem. So here is our sample for the V neckline spaghetti strap dress. Okay, so that is our front, our V neckline, and that is our back. I wanted it to be straight just like it is. Okay, now let us try our sample. That is a V neckline. It is a bit high, honestly. I wanted it to be a bit lower, like 1.5 inches down. Okay, but it is okay for here. And if you look at the back, I wanted, like I said, my back to be straight, and as you can see, it is also a bit higher. I can even go some inches down, okay, because my bra is a bit far. Okay, yeah, so here it is. Thank you so very much for watching.